Oh my god. Talking about a good way to start a video. That was kind of fucked up, to be honest, but man, I really wish I could use my old mic. Think a lot better. But welcome back to, I guess, second part. No, not second part. Second episode, I guess. I don't know. Second video of just conversing. I have no idea what to call it. I don't know if I should call it just conversing. It just seems so generic. I don't know. I might stick to it. I might. My hand. It's. I know I should be wearing my splint or wrap it up at least. But I don't know. I have a feeling that it's much worse than I think it is, than I believe to. I can't talk. I have a feeling that my hand is a lot worse than what the doctors told me. I mean, there's a reason why they suggest I see a hand specialist. So I don't know. I can barely squeeze, but once I start to squeeze, it gets tight, and I can feel it. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to feel. I don't know. I don't know. I might have to get surgery, because like I said, it feels a lot worse. Or it feels off. It feels like something's wrong with it. It's like I can't squeeze like this. I don't know. I might be overthinking it, but the one thing I hate is they didn't show me the x-ray. They didn't show me the x-ray. They just took the x-ray, left, came back in and just said like, all they said was it looks lined up. Looks pretty lined up. I feel like I don't really trust the doctors and the nurses there. I kind of wanted to go to Globe instead, or even Safford, because when I used to go to Safford Hospital, they treated me really well. The hospital where I go to, it's really sketchy. It's really, I don't know. It's hard to describe. I don't know, man. To me, it just feels like that, you know. I just wish they showed. I should have just kept telling them to show me the X-ray until they did show me, but they didn't. And when I did break it, I don't know. I didn't even know I broke it until I went into the shower and I was taking a hot shower and it started to swell up, and it just started aching with pain. And I thought like I was hoping I sprained it like a knuckle, I guess they call it like a boxer's fracture. But I was hoping that it was like a sprain. But it wasn't. So I went in to see what they can do, or see if I can get an x-ray. Yeah, it's broken. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It's like a stiff feeling when I squeeze it. It gets tight. And when I push on it and I touch around it, or like when I just feel for it, it's like something doesn't feel right. I'm guessing it's probably off or something. I don't know. I really hope they fucking tell me the truth. And I don't know. Because I asked the doctor, I was like, how long would it take to heal? The doctor just gave me a weird look. Like she didn't know. You're a fucking doctor. You should fucking know. And I already know how long it takes for a bone to heal, but this was a different type of bone that I broke. It's a smaller bone. Or this bone that I broke, it's a lot smaller. I fractured my ankle before. I don't know, man. Besides that, everything's been going well, I guess. It's not the best, but going okay. I just got done watching what's it called, Twitch Rivals for Apex Legend tournament. It's a pretty interesting tournament, Apex Legends a pretty interesting game. I don't know. It's like a futuristic game with certain roles and different abilities you have, which is pretty cool. But overall, it's just another BR game. An interesting BR game though, but it's a free BR game too. It's funny because Dr. Disrespect was, I think it was yesterday, he was making fun of people. Or making fun of the other teams that he was going up against. He was making fun of Ninja, Shroud, Tim the Tapman, Ammunition, and what was the other one? Choco Taco. And then Choco Taco. And I think it was Ninja's team, they both. Or was it King? Yeah, well, Ninja was a part of King Richard's team. And Choco Taco. I don't know, there was a close game. It was like 420 points and King Richard's team won. I think on King Richard's team was him, Ninja, and I forgot the other dude, Drizzy. Man, that Drizzy that dude was on his own, taking down entire teams by himself. It was crazy. And then King Richard and Ninja were like together. Or they're like I don't know. Drizzy would just go off on his own, and it would just be King Richard and Ninja. Then King Drizzy would just, or Drizzy would just or is it Drizzy or Dizzy? I think it's Dizzy. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. God damn it. But and that guy's pretty good. It was just fun watching. Like his shots are insane. His movement, predicting what's gonna happen. Just like a lot of good insight or intuition, I guess you would say. He had pretty good intuition. And then Choco Taco's team was pretty good as well. That guy too, what's his name? Visions. That guy was pretty good. Even though Choco Taco's team got second place, they had the most kills out of the whole tournament. But is it King Richard's team had more wins though. And if you win a game, it was like 5 points, I think. And each kill was like a point. They said it went on for like 8 hours or something, 4 I think. They had an EU tournament and then they had an NA tournament at the same time. It was crazy. It's funny though watching. I watched that Fyre documentary as well on Netflix. Well, I watched both of them. The one on Netflix and the one on Hulu. Which is pretty funny that now they both came out with that. They both came out with that documentary. They said it happened like 2016. Sometime around 2016. That's a fucking crazy documentary. I'd say the one thing that I liked the most about that that documentary was how they had so much belief with all this stuff, all these signs popping up in their face. Like, I don't know, all these clearly all these signs that are like, it's not gonna happen, but they still did their best. They still believed that they could pull it off. I don't know, it's just their belief in that they were gonna pull this off is just insane. Well, I say Netflix's documentary was more entertaining. It kind of seemed a little bit suspenseful, I guess you would say. Whereas Hulu's version was more like educational, I guess, or a little bit more in depth. Which is, I don't know. Like it explained all the fraud and I guess not, was it called wire fraud or something? I don't know. And how he came out with these fake documents of like this is how much money he think he has, but he was lying. He was saying that he had like $1 million in Facebook stocks and he just only had like 1,000. And how he faked all these big artists that saying that they're gonna come and then these bankers. That's the one thing that's fucking hilarious. Is that even if I saw that, I don't know. Well, naturally, I wouldn't really want to go to a concert. I don't like going to concerts, festivals, and all this other stuff. Big crowds kind of make me nervous. I'm really a, how do you say, introvert. You know, I can't be around people that long, and I enjoy my time being by myself. So naturally, I don't like being in big crowds, parties, and all this stuff. I'm happy just being around one or two people. You know, I don't know. Even by myself, but like I said, those white kids, you know, those rich white kids, they paid all this money to go to this because of how the ad made it look. Like you could just tell right away it was all fake. But what's crazy though is you would think these white rich kids were stupid for believing in that ad and all this other stuff. These people who were loaning out all this money, these bankers or rich people, I don't know what you will call them, they were just giving money to them, you know, and you know, they would just look at the documents, they wouldn't even look in depth into it. They would just look at these papers and be like, okay, then here's there's $2 million we'll loan to you. Yeah, you know what I mean? I feel like those rich people who were loaning money to him, this Billy guy who were loaning money to him, were much more stupid than the white kids that spent their money going to the concert. Because they didn't even like fact checked everything. They didn't even believe it. They didn't even like contact the artists and being like, hey, are you gonna be at the Fyre concert or the Fyre festival? You know, they didn't even do anything like that. They just saw like, okay, saw a piece of documents and papers, thinking it's legit, and then I just like, alright, here's $2 million. Like if I had $1 million like that, I would, and I was gonna loan it to someone, I'd be careful of loaning that much money to someone, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, alright, let me make sure that I'm doing the right thing, and let me just make sure that all of this is true. Instead of like looking at a piece of paper or an email or a document and then just going off of that. All these people were crazy though, but I don't know, at the same time they deserve it for being so gullible. But it was funny though. It was funny because all these people would just show up and there's just these fucking shitty ass tents, like a hurricane tents. And Chris D'Elia said that they look like fucking concentration camps. And then, oh man, that was funny. But damn, that fucking I didn't even know that shit happened. I didn't even hear about it. They said there was like a lot of memes that came out about it. I never even seen one fucking meme. And I was on Facebook. I was on all like the only social account I have now is just Twitter. My Instagram got deleted because I violated the terms of service. My Facebook, I deleted that personally because I didn't really find it useful, or I don't know, I just didn't like it, so I deleted that. But even then, back then, like in 2016, 17, I was on all the social media platforms and I didn't see one meme or news about it. I probably did, but I just didn't take it serious. When I first saw that documentary in the beginning, I was like, when did this happen? I was like, did this happen recently? Yeah, here it happened like a while back. No, Valentine's Day is coming up too. Was it February 14th? Oh man, one of my least favorite holidays. I mean, it's always been my least favorite holidays because I never really had a good experience when it came to Valentine's Day. Never had a girl that came up to me on Valentine's Day and was like, will you be my Valentine? You know what I mean? I never had anyone come up to me and say that shit. Because it's a fucking joke and everyone fucking realizes it. But at the same time, it's a good day for couples though. I mean, that's what I believe. It should be. I believe that you shouldn't care what people say, you know, like... Valentine's Day is just another day. But trust me, just... Valentine's Day is it's a day for love, you know, so... Go out with your significant other, go get flowers, go set up a dinner, go see a movie, go do something, you know, with your significant other. I mean, that's what I do, but... I mean, that's what I would want to do, but I don't have a girlfriend and I don't have money to treat someone out like that. All I can do is probably just write a poem, buy some shitty candy, make a fucking card, and just write that poem inside that card, and then I don't know, man. That's the funny thing too, because like a year ago I did have a girlfriend, but that same day on Valentine's, I think it was the day after Valentine's, I broke up with her. And you know, really, honestly, like I don't really have anything bad to say about my exes or all these girls I dated. You know, if it didn't work out, it didn't work out, you know. I'm not gonna say all these reasons why it didn't work out. But, I don't know. Like, for me, being in a relationship at the moment is just tough. It's tough because there's just like... just so much to deal with. And it's not just the expectations. Like, I don't mind expectations. We all have expectations deep down inside of us, and for people to ignore those expectations and be like, you shouldn't expect something from me and you shouldn't expect, and I shouldn't expect something for you, it's just stupid to think that. We all deeply do have expectations, whether we deny it or not. Like, if I was with a girl, I'd expect her to be my girlfriend. I expect her to love me, I expect her not to cheat, and I expect her to do all these things. You know, people who say that, you know, you shouldn't expect anything from me are very selfish. Because they don't want to take the responsibility of all the bad things that would happen, if you know what I mean. But you really gotta take responsibility for your own actions. But I don't know, for me, when I broke up with this girl, I fell out of love. Like, I have very high expectations, not with looks or personality, but more of how a relationship plays out for me. Like I want my own first. I want my first marriage to be my only marriage, and I want just honesty and loyalty. That's all I want. But it's, I don't know. My expectations could be high sometimes because I'm just in this weird imaginary world where love is perfect. So if my relationship doesn't work out the first time, and then we break up and then we get back together, the second time we get back together, it's like a part of me wouldn't care as much as I did the first time, if that makes sense. And that's how I felt being with this girl. I just felt like we're just breaking up, making up, breaking up, making up. And I was like, it shouldn't be like that. But I don't really got anything bad to say, you know. She's a nice person, great person, but other than that, you know, it feels like a long time, but it's only been a year, so it's just crazy to think about it because so much had happened since then. A lot of people say like the more things that happen, the more you're busy, the more it seems like time just went by fast. But for me, it felt like time just was slow, and I feel like it was 2 years or so. I don't know, it's such a crazy feeling. It feels like time's fake to me, but I don't know how to explain it. It just feels fake. But it might be our perception of time, I guess. I don't know. Don't let the other people make you feel like Valentine's Day is just another day. It is a holiday, you know, it's a different kind of holiday. It's a holiday where you can confess your love to someone new or to someone you've been with, and you just express yourself. Regardless if it's just another day or not, you know, you should just take the time to do something. So it's a Valentine's Day, you know? I don't know. You guys have a good Valentine's Day. And you don't have to be extra too on Valentine's Day, just do something simple. Like I said, express yourself. Express your love. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid to be corny or whatever. I don't know. Just express your love to someone new, someone you admire, or someone you've been with for a long time. Even though it is another day, just remember it's Valentine's Day. So do something. Alright. I'll see you guys later. You can subscribe, like, share the video, please. Alright. I wanna... Whoops, wrong button. I wanna get a bigger audience. Like I said, I don't think I'll ever blow up that big though. See you guys later. Peace. And happy Valentine's Day.
Will you love me even if I never grow up? Would you love me in a whip doing donuts now? Could you like all my flaws if you had to? And ignore all the chains and the tattoos? Would you love me if I told you with somebody?